Welcome back my YouTube channel. Today we are going to take a deep look into a small yet significant piece of history, the Malaysian 20 sen coin from 1988. At first glance, it might look like just another piece of currency, but when we unfold its story, design, background, and place in numismatics, we realize that it represents much more than just money. It is a story of a nation's culture, its economic history, and the values of the time when it was minted. The Malaysian 20 sen coin of 1988 is not just a metallic disc, it is a carefully crafted symbol of national identity. On the obverse side, the coin proudly displays the word Malaysia at the top, while at the center is the large denomination of 20 sen, and just beneath it, the year 1988. On either side of the number, you can spot a small yet significant floral motif, the hibiscus flower, or bunga raya, which holds the title of the national flower of Malaysia. This inclusion was not accidental. The hibiscus flower is a symbol of beauty, resilience, and pride for the Malaysian people, and embedding it on a coin made it part of everyday life. The coin was minted using copper-nickel alloy, which gave it durability and a silvery appearance. It weighs about 5.66 grams, has a diameter of 23.5 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.7 millimeters, making it both practical for circulation and easy to handle in daily transactions. Its reeded edges also gave it a distinct tactile feel. This design reflected Malaysia's vision at the time, modern, yet deeply rooted in its cultural symbols. Beyond being a simple piece of metal, this coin reflects how a government chose to express its national values through something as ordinary as currency. When Malaysians in the late 1980s held this coin, they were not only holding a medium of exchange but also a piece of national pride that connected them to their culture and history in a subtle yet powerful way. To understand the importance of this coin, we need to place it in the economic and cultural setting of Malaysia in the late 1980s. By 1988, Malaysia was experiencing significant growth, with rapid industrialization, expansion of exports, and urban development. Coins like the 20 sen were not merely for small purchases, they were a reflection of how everyday Malaysians interacted with money. In the country's currency system, 100 sen made up 1 Malaysian ringgit, and the 20 sen coin was an essential denomination in everyday use, especially for transactions like buying snacks, bus fares, or small goods in local markets. This coin circulated widely in schools, shops, and homes, becoming a familiar part of daily life. But beyond its economic use, it carried cultural importance. Every time a Malaysian saw the hibiscus symbol on the coin, it reinforced a shared identity, reminding people of their national flower and the pride that came with it. In a time before smartphones and digital payments, coins were one of the most tangible ways a nation could connect its people. If we look deeper at the minting of this coin, we find that it was produced by the Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank responsible for issuing currency. Coins like the 20 sen were mass-produced to meet the needs of millions of Malaysians, yet despite being minted in large numbers, each one was carefully crafted to maintain uniformity in weight, size, and design. This was essential because coins served not just as money, but as a measure of trust in a nation's economic system. If coins were irregular or inconsistent, people would lose confidence in their value. The choice of copper-nickel alloy was also significant. It gave the coin a strong metallic luster, resistance to corrosion, and durability to last decades in circulation. Even today, some 1988 coins still survive in surprisingly good condition despite having passed through countless hands, pockets, and shops. When you hold such a coin, you cannot help but wonder whose lives it touched. Was it once used by a farmer buying seeds, a student paying for lunch, or a traveler catching a bus? Each coin has passed silently through countless personal stories, and together they weave a collective memory of a nation. Another aspect worth noting is the economic value of 20 sen during the late 1980s. At that time, 20 sen could buy more than what it can today due to inflation and changing prices. In 1988, with 20 sen you could purchase small snacks, newspapers, or contribute towards bus fares. Children would often use such coins at school canteens, while adults would keep them handy for everyday expenses. These coins were so common that every household had them lying around, yet now, decades later, the same common coin has become special because of its rarity. This transformation from ordinary change to a collectible treasure is one of the most fascinating aspects of numismatics, the study of coins. For collectors, value does not only lie in rarity but also in the stories coins tell. A coin like the 20 sen from 1988 tells us about the daily life of Malaysians, the pride in their national symbols, and the transitions of their economy. Its historical context is as valuable as its physical form. Collectors across the world now seek out such coins because they represent not only Malaysia's past but also the universal truth that money is more than just a tool of trade. In pristine, uncirculated condition, these coins are particularly valuable. Some collectors preserve them in protective cases to prevent wear and tear, ensuring that the shine and details remain intact for future generations. Others may have inherited them from parents or grandparents, making them precious family heirlooms with emotional value beyond monetary worth. In international coin markets, Malaysian coins are appreciated because they carry designs that reflect Southeast Asian culture, different from Western styles, giving them uniqueness. The hibiscus flower, with its simple elegance, makes the 20 sen coin especially attractive to Co. The more we speak of it, the clearer it becomes that a coin is never just an object of metal, it is a mirror reflecting the time in which it was made. The hibiscus flower that decorates this coin is not just a pretty detail, it is a cultural symbol that tells us much about Malaysia's national character. The hibiscus, known locally as bunga raya, is a flower that thrives in tropical climates, blooming brightly even under the hottest sun. Its petals are wide, colorful, and bold, much like the Malaysian spirit itself. By placing this flower on the coin, the designers embedded resilience, growth, and beauty into the very currency that people touched every day. Imagine millions of Malaysians exchanging coins daily, each one unknowingly carrying a message of unity and pride right in their hands. Over time, this repetition creates a collective memory, where the coin becomes more than money, it becomes a quiet national anthem, sung not in words, but in design. The story of circulation is another fascinating dimension. In 1988, coins like the 20 sen were everywhere, jingling in pockets, sliding across shop counters, dropping into donation boxes, and resting in cash registers. If we imagine following a single coin, it might begin its life freshly minted at the central bank, shining bright, then move to a bank branch, where it would be distributed into the hands of ordinary people. From there it could travel to a market stall, where it might be used to buy fresh fruit or a newspaper. The same coin could later end up in the hands of a bus driver as change for a fare, then find its way into a school canteen, exchanged for a meal. Decades could pass, and the coin would silently witness countless human interactions, a tool of trade but also a witness to lives unfolding. Today, when collectors hold a 1988 20 sen coin, they are not only holding a piece of metal, but also the invisible traces of countless stories. Every scratch, every worn edge, tells us that this coin lived a long and busy life before it found rest in a collection or display. There is also the emotional memory that coins carry. For Malaysians who grew up in the 1980s and 1990s, seeing this coin can spark nostalgia. They might remember running to a local shop with a few 20 sen coins in hand, buying sweets, drinks, or snacks, and feeling the excitement of independence when paying for something themselves. Parents might remember giving these coins to their children as pocket money, teaching them early lessons about saving and spending. In this way, the 20 sen coin is not only an artifact of national history but also of personal history. It connects generations, reminding them of a time when life was simpler, when every coin felt like it carried value, and when the hibiscus flower symbolized not only pride but also the small joys of everyday living. Even Malaysians living abroad today often keep one or two old coins tucked away in drawers as keepsakes of home, physical reminders of where they came.